Guys, I hope you're doing well. So today I'm going to be filming my what's in my travel makeup bag, as I'm actually going to be going to see my boyfriend next week, so I thought it would be a good idea to show you, and just so I can kind of like pack it with you guys. But first of all, before I start, I just want to say I apologise if the lighting is awful. It's a super rainy day here in the UK, so it looks pretty much like it's dark outside right now, so I've tried to turn the brightness up as much as I can before it looks like overexposed, so sorry if the lighting's a bit off on that. I hope to invest in some of my own lighting very soon. But anyway, carrying on. So this is the travel makeup bag that I normally use whenever I go away. This fits really nicely in my suitcase, and it is of course the Zoella sort of vanity case, I think it was called. Yeah, I got this around Christmas time last year. You can't get it anymore because I think it just came out for Christmas, I believe. But anyway, it's rose gold, as you can see on the top there, and it's so pretty. You got the Zoella logo there. Yeah, it's huge. It's so big. It fits everything inside, and it always slots really nicely into the corner of my suitcase, and it's just got this handle here, and yeah, it just does a really good job of holding all of my makeup and beauty products. So we'll start with my primer and foundations that I'll normally take away with me. Of course, you've probably all heard and seen about this primer before, but I will take my trusty Benefit Professional Primer with me wherever I go. I've been using this primer for like a good couple of years now. I've tried other pore filling primers, but I always go back to this one, and it's super small and super sleek, and it's just amazing, and it can't ever fail you. And now we're going to move on to the foundations that I take. Now, I'm the kind of person who likes to switch up what foundation I wear every day, just depending on how I feel or how much coverage I desire. So I do take 3. I'm going for a week, so I don't know if this seems like excessive or not, but I like to have choice. So the first one I'm going to be taking is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Matte, and I am the shade Porcelain because of course I am like as white as a ghost, and I think this shirt is probably making me appear even paler. Anyway, this is just a foolproof foundation. It's my favourite drugstore foundation ever. I believe it's just under £10. I've purchased loads of these. It blends well, it's super full coverage, it lasts all day, and it's just amazing. The next foundation I'm going to be taking is my ever so trusty MAC Studio Fix Fluid. This was the very first high-end foundation I ever purchased, and I've never looked back. I always purchase this whenever I run out. This is the kind of thing I'll wear to events, or if I just want to go for a foundation that I know is going to make my skin look amazing, then I always go for this one. Again, super full coverage, lasts all day, and it's just awesome. And the last foundation that I'm going to be taking is quite a new one, and I probably only got this a couple of weeks ago now, but it's already become a firm favourite, and it's the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. This has just recently been released by Urban Decay, but wow, I love this so much. I'm wearing it today. I've been wearing it non-stop for the past couple of weeks really. It's like the most full coverage foundation you will ever see. I could probably compare it somewhere to the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation if you tried that one, but you don't need much. Again, it blends really well. This is shade 0.5, which I actually found is a little bit too light for me, which it's very rare in a foundation because I'm normally the palest shade, so go Urban Decay. So I could probably get like shade 1 and I would be fine. But yeah, I love this. The packaging is really cool as well, and I love all of these because the L'Oreal one is a squeezy tube and this one is a pump, and it just makes it much easier for when you travel, as I can't stand like trying to pour it out of a bottle onto the back of your hand. It's just too messy. Next, gonna move on to the concealer and powders that I would be taking. I always take my Naked Skin concealer because this is just like the best concealer ever out there. I cannot live without this. This is the only concealer that I need in my life, and it's just awesome. And as for powders, I take 2. I take the NARS Snow Loose Velvet Powder. yeah, in Snow. I just use this to set my under eye concealer, as it does a very good job of making sure that it doesn't crease throughout the day, because if I don't set my concealer, like, it'll crease and go really crepey. It's not a good look. And for the rest of my face, I will use I'm currently using the Charlotte Tilbury micro powder. No, the Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in a shade 1 Fair. I haven't had this for too long actually, but excuse me. But yeah, I really love this. oh gosh, it's so pretty. I love the packaging of this so much. Although I have to say, it does show the fingerprints quite a lot. But yeah, it just does a very good job of making my makeup stay matte all day. Very flawless, pore perfecting look, and it's just really nice. Now we're going to be moving on to the bronzer and blushes that I take. And as for bronzers, I will always take my Benefit Hoola to contour with, as it's just super compact. It does come with its own brush, even though I do use my own one, but yeah, it's just super compact. I can always rely on this to give me a really good contour every day. And I don't always bronze up my face every day, just because I'm quite pale and I'm always scared of looking orange or putting on a bit much. But if I do fancy bronzing up, then I always go for the Hourglass bronzer, and this is in the Luminous Bronze Light. It's just such a pretty bronzer, as you can see in the pan there. It's really good for fair people like me. It's not too orange, it's not shimmery, it blends really well, and it just gives a really luminous glow to the skin. And as for blush, I am a bit of a blush fiend. To be honest, I probably wear too much blush, but I just love blush. I find that because I'm quite pale, it's the one thing that brings a bit of life and colour back into my skin. And I always like to have a good selection on hand for whatever I'm feeling like each day. So the first blush I'll always take is my MAC Dainty Mineralized blush. I love this whole range. I want to get them all. It's just, if I can open it, I have to say, this packaging is really hard to open. It's just a super luminous like pink blush. It's a really pretty colour, and it just makes the skin look really fresh and awake. The next blush I will take is my very favourite Too Faced blush. This is the Sweethearts blush. This is the very first high-end blush I ever bought, and it is always going to be my favourite. It's so pretty, as you can see there, and I love how there's kind of like 3 variations of shades, so you can put your brush into however you want to, whatever colours you wish to pick up. But yeah, again, it's just a really pretty blush and gives such a nice finish to your cheeks. And the last blush that I will take is the Clinique Cheek Pop Blush in Melon Pop. I really love this blush because it's just a really pretty peachy colour. It goes with any makeup look, and it's really hard to go overboard with this blush, as I find some blushes are just so overly pigmented and you'll like tap it in and then still just like so much, you're like, and it's really hard to blend out. But nope, you don't get this with this blush at all, and yep, it just goes with any makeup look. Now for highlight, and I will always take my ever so trusty Mary Lou Luminizer by The Balm. You've probably heard about this blush by now, because if you haven't, where have you been? This is like an absolute cult favourite blush, and I can see why I'm wearing it today. It just gives the most amazing glow to your skin, and it's not chunky, it's not over glittery, and it's really easy to blend. It's just a stunning highlighter, and if you haven't got this, you need to go get it. Next, the mascara I'm going to be taking is my favourite L'Oreal False Lash Sculpt. I struggle to say that every single time. I really like drugstore mascaras over high-end ones, just for the fact that you do have to change them out like the most frequently. So I don't really see the point of spending like 20 to 30 quid on a mascara that I would just have to throw away in a few months' time. That to say, I have bought my fair share. But I've recently been using this one a lot. To be honest, I do need to buy a new tube. But it gives so much volume and so much length, and it doesn't look clumpy, and the way the brush is, it's a plastic one, I can really get to the root of my lashes and like build them up myself. if that sounds weird. Like some mascaras will just instantly go on like super clumpy, but it's not like that at all. I can build it and it will not be clumpy, and it's just awesome. Now we've already been filming for 12 minutes here, so I better get a move on. But as for brows, I'll be taking my Anastasia brow definer, which again you've already probably heard of by now. This is the colour blonde. You can see it's tapered at the end there, just so it's really easy to get a good sharp defined brow. And again, it's got a spoolie on the end, which is also handy if you're traveling. And then I will always set that with the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper, and this is the light medium, and this just does a really good job of holding my brows in place all day and making sure that they don't move, because I have super unruly brows. And now we're moving on to the category of eyes, which is my most favourite one. As for eye primer, I am going to be taking my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, as this is just currently the primer I'm using. I'm not really too fussed about eyeshadow primer because either way, mine always creases, but yeah, this one does a pretty good job. And I always like to wear in the inner corners of my eyes glitter, because you can never have too much glitter in your life. And I always use the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner, which I have mentioned before. This is in Midnight Cowboy, and again, yeah, I'll just put this in the inner corner, and I really like how it's got a very defined tip, so it's really good for getting right into the inner corner of your eye. And now for the palettes that I'll be taking. I'll be taking two of my favourites, the Too Faced Bonbons palette and the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. As you can see, I love my Too Faced palettes so much. They are probably my favourites. But I really enjoy having a choice of what eye look I'm going to go for each day. It's something that I actually really look forward to, is choosing the kind of eye look that will go with my outfit or my mood. So yeah, I'm just going to take the Too Faced Bonbon one. It's so cute inside, very versatile. And then of course the beautiful Sweet Peach palette. Again, super versatile, lots of warm tones for this time of the year. And as well as those two, I'll also take my favourite single MAC eyeshadow in Amber Lights, because I live for my golds and I could not go a week with wearing some kind of goldy eyeshadow. So my camera just cut out of me. Yay. Okay, so now we're on to the category of lips. As I was saying, I don't always like to wear stuff on my lips, but sometimes I do, you know, so I always bring some things just in case. And firstly, I'll bring my Etude House lip tint in, doesn't say, but I believe, oh, this is shade number 1. It's just such a pretty red, like deep red colour, because it is full now and you can never go wrong with a classic red lip. I love lip tints just because you can put them on and they won't like smear and smudge, and you can just sort of like forget about them, and even after you've eaten they still look nice. And secondly, I'll be taking my Tanya Burr Cosmetics matte lip in Martha Moo. This is a absolutely gorgeous colour. I love this so much. It's a very kind of dusky rose colour. It's really nice, goes with pretty much any look, and it applies really well and also lasts really well. And lastly, I'm going to be taking my new Urban Decay Vice lipstick in the shade Criminal. This is just a really pretty pinky nude colour, and again it will go with any look, and this is a comfort matte, and yeah, it applies really well and also lasts really well as well. And the last thing that I'll be taking, of course, is a setting spray, because I cannot go a day without setting my makeup. It feels wrong if I don't, like, I can't leave the house without spraying my face. So of course I'll just take my MAC Prep and Prime. I will normally pull this into a smaller travel size one just because this can be quite big to take, but to be honest, that Zola thing is so big it holds everything. This is now everything in my travel makeup bag. Yeah, I'll just put this into the corner of my suitcase and it stays in place pretty well because I have so many clothes holding it in there. And yeah, this is just a really good size and I love it so much. So if you enjoyed watching, don't forget to give it a like and to subscribe before you go. I hope you all have a great day and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!